na yɛde yɛn nkɔmmɔ no yɛtoa so a pɛpɛpɛ ɛwɔ Badwam on Adom TV multi TV. So very quick reminder, sad ones. Oko mi kurom ahafo a me capital goso man hina o goso yɛka sɛ deɛ onka atiasefo ho ebiem we ebeto dwabra otumfo chiame entwibo asiako na anojo adeye ode to asanteman eye council enim nti yema nyina ye ho eye ya connection wo ya hafuni a enye easy at this time by yegidi se ibenya saa hoden no na yetimi dia to so ayede esefata akata na nachi kama ti afuman yina ho yakọ ana hyeden yenko kodino na yenkata go so man hinachi as the journey has started yenkata nachi kama sanso na this one is always a shock because nipa no ebra ambishia ne bra odi fiemu our former defense minister Yera Adokufo ne ba Yera Kwame Sechere Adokufo. You know, I'm still dreaming. How? You know, but I mean, Nana Yakesi Shiano, Nana Yakesi of Peace FM. Na bra or the very strong and healthy person, but honestly, it's a big surprise to me. So, the late Mr. Kwame Sechere Adokufo, former defense minister, na yekana asemi. Ti yema ebusuo nyina ahyede eye ne wohwehwe no ene ya ana yedi hudwuma ne tumpem anope odampem kopem no nko no na fe yakope ne krabia ewo eye hwehwe ni mu no emse awufu sombe koso St. Cyprian's Anglican Cathedral Kumasi na fe private burial atwaso ti yenhye no so adofo nyina yenko tai Yera Adokufo nininua our former president Kufo yenko tai omochi omuba anada for me na yenko tai omochi ewo bread na tumpem enedue ya ewo 48A Denyame Adokufo Avenue na yenko sirenkata na chikama kama the late Mr. Kwame Sechere Adokufo. Yeah, back to life, and victory is smiling at all of us. Life is smiling at all of us. We continuously have to be very grateful. Na yema unyame hu se onini nyame a odo hoto no so a wani enkogu ase de biada. My very good friend, Oklite Telabi, former deputy interior defense minister under the first administration of John Dramani Mahama, and they inim baby and yamedi ne bekwa kopi. Inim baby and yamedi ne bekwa kopi. But the truth is that also he's been soldiering. The other aspect of it is that about one before because no catch these people who show them. If I know a Buru Kere Japan was, we'll give them a showdown. Then my baba is Oglide. Yeah, quite know about you don't know. Me nam tiho. No matter kind of ECG news and seminars. Please. He knew his strategy and he knew what he was about. Course, yeah. I'm not surprised that what he might do some so we are. In fact, what's I increase a year the figures, and say a wind of change, say a strategy, the hand of God. What is very necessary at this point is a Sam Framan a boy, and then couldn't be any say a fee. I would say, congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Me who's all bo or chairman, foreman who is a current. Is it the minimum? No. Obon Abaso said he's the man who said
in fact, this year your strategy was different.
Okay.
We had the former MP leading a team, the former chairman leading a team, the current chairman and myself, the internal LED.
Wow.
Another team.
Total cohesion.
Yeah, seriously, and we really that was what did the trick. For coming together and they defeated this elephant here or have been.
Is it a big relief, say, what may Pia or Sono go back to the bush?
Very, very, very. Otherwise, you see, one more even the Osono for Nankasa, it's a big relief for them because the NA cost now a hard way. Seriously. And I'm not surprised, say, a lot of them are coming out today.
I can't say.
I can't say.
In 70 be na oka no makata so.
I'm telling you, and then omoka. Because you see, Oma no ubumana you say nipa so wa around that woman share the ekoso. Na don't behave say I didn't na your unko an dia.
That was their behavior.
Seriously. Unya kan ya de beto mo kan say ayampia. Ayampia. But deep within the party, no, woman him say the econo, so no, and yet because seriously, I can say without fear of anything, say this is the worst,
administration.
Yes, seriously.
In terms of doing
everything.
So that would be very unfair.
Oh. Seriously,
with your experience in politics, it will be very unfair.
I am telling you, me say,
maybe a worse in certain specific areas. Worse.
Every aspect, everything.
About your welfare, worse.
Everything.
About
look, you see, Omayini, about way etu anamobia. It is because a few people are going to get something out of it.
Anytime.
And they said, I mean, they did things contrary to all that they said. That man no more opposition. Seriously.
So it's a big relief.
Serious, even to their party. This is the time. As we transform, reorganize. So a new patriotic party. This is the time we selected the patriots. Among them. Now we march a party. You don't think about Ghana and not individuals.
Now, the task ahead as a party and as a government.
You see,
in waiting.
In a sense, the people of Ghana have demonstrated something. Look, what happened during this election? Me who be that? I've been in this political space for some time. Now, the question me who be that? But the people of Ghana they were so determined. Say, Abai must go. Because they see a common idea man for a common idea man for no and can see how we floating around no. And get man for agree because people got money.
They had money.
They really brought money.
Sharing of money.
Sharing of money.
They have money.
They have those who were. I mean, every MP had, every PC was giving some quantum of money.
Oh, it's only a two-party beer.
Listen to me, maybe. Oh yeah. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Let me can say, we know there. If you want more party for Nankasa. Did you see the pictures? I only 50 flats I was buying.
I've not. What pictures?
Uni baby, I almost swear in ministers in the the place was full of money.
Oh, pictures.
Oh, Omayini. Onim. Oh, please. Maybe the America. Maybe the America. Now, maybe or no, so no. Let me tell you, sir. Because of that thing, there are certain party people who decided say, "Omunye politics biom," because one of them, a party executive, or can say, "Look, for 8 years now, he's been looking for 50,000. I would be saying you're expanding the business. And they are giving him this amount of money. So Uncle say because of elections. One soon he abandoned the party. He didn't go to the also a few honomono, then the issue brain. Because he hadn't seen such quantum of money sitting at one place before. And that is what, and you see, anything make us say from January going, we know the effect of what they have done. And that's why the inflation is not coming down. Because woman pompisika. Look, and then uko me constitute matise woman organizes woman go attack woman candidate because the monies they brought no or half no and they are coming.
So
they brought the monies in bills.
So look into the camera and talk to the security agents. Don't be happy. So what to say? Go attack it.
Oh no, but I mean that's what I've heard.
But that's not healthy.
Oh well, because it's coming from their end. That's what I've heard. So this is what is going on, and in fact, it's not different from what we are hearing all over the place. And I think that it is putting the political class in a certain, situation. Here, one day, people will just get up and start lynching us. And we're out to the course of parliament. So, yes, out of the whatever, Obi bound or crack. I know, prepare. No, but I'll see. I saw
but are mentally stable.
Two of them cannot be intimate.
But the more can for security serious.
Yeah, but you see,
don't
a public place.
No, I'm saying don't push that one into the political class, odd or weird. The fact is that these matters about security and security at most of these revered areas and national security areas, there be a parliament more. Obi working just like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
of course, yes, it is true. Correct.
Yeah.
But you see, another thing also say, we share the kind of democracy here practice we have. Sometimes, Ed say, okay,
so if you've just joined us, this is a branch in the parliament. Or the
I don't know two of them. So yes. And you prepare fifi or prepare fifi no buy.
Oh.
Or prepare fifi no buy.
Oh.
But man, let me tell you something. There was a time I was driving do traffic no. Now I'm branty me no. In fact, I mean, meet me a car. Did them politicians in the Munamudi Ghana scan. Now, at that moment, instead of reacting, anything can happen. And we need to learn from these things. Say, BB, Koswa, we say in a month for any new, and yes, some of them.
I said, Moankasa, principled as politicians. Now, Moses, we need to change here. For the past 3 days, I've been talking about how unprincipled we are as journalists, as politicians, and as a country.
Well, then,
we are not principled.
The fact is that
our principles mostly are dependent on where we stand and the times that we find ourselves in.
Unfortunately,
our principles.
I unfortunately, no.
But how can a national organizer go to a gold area and then go and tell people a mob such a national security area in the name of checking whatever?
That issue, you better we'll talk about it.
But if we don't condemn those issues,
we'll talk about it. Wait a minute. The American is there. Baby, bisa won't say you who bullion vans near the Omufa. Good near the Have you seen anybody chasing them before?
No, but you do have no right whatsoever.
Maybe you cannot. But what I'm saying is that, baby, what do you think necessitated what they did?
So is your government going to be so transparent that when you are carrying money from even Bank of Ghana to the next available place, all Ghanaians should know that.
Wait a minute. The American say, "Womu for gold, and if you bossy Eddie bar, womu was security detail, womu war among for womu Eddie bar, meboa."
Okay.
What the Sika if Bank of Ghana?
I'm sure you have read the release from PMMC.
Please, I have.
So let's
listen. I have read.
Talk about principles.
The principle
what
is that
what you believe in should remain same. What you sat here in opposition to say, I expect that you carry the same thing.
The American say you just said something about Parliament, and I will come about your security.
Yeah.
The fact say we are not taking our security seriously. I'll be to me by
yeah.
The American say if indeed the Omukwako in the interest of Ghana, and I say we woman juma woman here, then they didn't carry out their work properly, because I don't think that they will move this quantum of gold without security detail around the place. Who do they make an say security for Edeko? Say who say police for? Oh no, please. Let's be realistic. Yes, let's be realistic. What I'm saying is that
since when?
Mebo, and then who's a bullion one? If the Bank of Ghana, and I say a commercial bank headquarters, some of the branches are police. Everything protecting up to the baby of Kwakudu. The question maybe is say, Tama almost woman Kwako ye asino. Woman the idea no call one and a guardian idea no ekudu one. What did I make an question? Maybe say.
You see, we will have a way to defend it like this.
No, I am not. You see, this
is what we have done to ourselves as a country. This is what we have started the game.
Please, let me tell you something. So what it means is that
another 4 years is coming.
What it means is that any other person. No. Let's be very realistic.
I'm telling you.
Listen to me carefully. The American say, if
let's not do conditional process here.
No,
the conditional process attached to your statement is the same principle we lack. Because if you had been in opposition by now, you would have raised serious issues to what is happening.
No, what I'm saying is that the PMMC, no matter what they call for assay. What they say they only call it a precious metal. Anybody, armed robbers, anybody can just attack the people. How prepared were you against all those things?
Okay, so once you don't have your facts as to the preparation, go by what the PMMC said.
No. I am not going to just accept that. In a sense,
okay, so now what you want to say is that Seminam baby and I'm suspected say Bank of Ghana to police if only actually Bambo enough. Maybe to organize a crowd I'm here
not exactly. Not exactly.
That's when they take that mob action and those move and all those things.
And you
know, your president, our president, your flag bearer, our president elect. Or see a ban at the bottom, you know.
Yeah, the
ban.
Yes, they make a on the say. Me a very sure say, woman, organizing mob no call holes, woman organizing.
So when
they had some people.
When you assume power,
somebody gave them the information.
When you assume power. And all that we do is that we suspect, and every move that this government makes, there's a blockade. And are you going to be happy with that?
Please, they say as we speak today, a lot is going on. Have you heard releases from the transitional team? No, one releases on my head.
I have 2 releases.
Yes.
Which of them?
Have you listened to
which of them?
The one by the government in waiting.
Government in waiting.
Yes.
But you are not listening to the one with power.
But you see, the one with power.
Yeah.
And I can say, it is not for nothing. And
but that is principle.
Yes.
That is principle.
Yes. That is and principle. Today, the kind of things that Osafo said at the time, now what do you call it? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama exiting. No more Kayano. And one more.
But what am I talking about? I'm saying principle.
And I make say, I am now. We have, what do you call it?
That when there's a transition,
yes,
certain payments or thresholds should not move beyond that.
And you must seek the consent. It must be
of the incoming
government before you go ahead and do it.
What am I talking about? I'm talking about principle. It was a form of bringing out kind.
Yes, so
very well. And they say, I don't do this also. Who is going to be called? UTM say, my band bit me acquire 6 a year. But it is Shaba. Say, ultimate try a share will be. It's a principle as well.
And when he share go the assembly, I can. Would the young for be behind 210. They share quite so fire. Womukwako ye asem. Now, Uti say, and then we was on the trust of Yammin. I don't think that Yammin was done who watchman on them, baby. Ubi na friend from the very institution now, when we are there. Asana onya
okay, so
and you know obi suspected foul play wow and no friend and no more information and I think that one is a killing idea no
okay
it is very important
okay
but the bottom line is me say a usual practice say ya omufa gold bars no the call for asi womu kwa womu yen in such a way say obi hu obi say way there yes omo detail
Ghana
a detail womu
okay
and because any other person
okay
bibia betimi
you are coming from the defense aspect
and you know you say much as I condemn mob action ni yekwako tuache no mo so ni ade no the person can say o share the situation ayo mu sisi ano move bia obeye bia no make sure say e very official you betimi attract tracy baby ade no fia ekọ
okay lawyer Afuakwa I don't want to go by sir no mo no say honorable warrior no me person make can do say you know uchi NPP ni bia no how machine honorable warrior it's a beautiful country. What was say? The way a tempest this in coil.
Seriously.
I thank God for some of
these things. In fact, you know that is why we are different. This country of ours.
Yeah.
Different. I can't be kakra. You see, I saw for anyway no no. When starting kind of cry.
I side with you.
The peace council.
The peace council.
They should not keep quiet when Adia say oh. Now another time no I'm giving me mark my words.
Mom say busumisia.
Woman dey nyina ebe sorry start kasa.
I don't pay sir.
Oh no.
Hey.
Citizen check. Bisi wo ese ko mu check abanya etwemu sisi a. Abanya etwemu sisi a.
Citizen check.
Ese ko mu check. No. We didn't hear them. Na me see. Woman ya nti wo mu kan.
Bobi akasa.
They should shut up.
That's how we can papa. You are practicing democracy. You are shutting people up.
Me bow. Woman can edu party no for look at the timer now. The gang of 90 no bar out say yemma. Did you hear any pastor? Did you hear any preacher man? Did you hear?
But it still doesn't stop them from practice democracy. No, practice democracy.
Practice democracy. But you must be fair.
Okay. Fairness is key.
Yeah, it's key.
All right. Good. Be come on. What you must say who jina wo yi.
Oh, so you sorry mama we are why. Yes, you want mutrim kwa.
I see.
Say o the New Patriotic Party a you be say you Democrats. Na you dikaba min kabi amamu no etum. And it is the reason why yet to about less than 16 hours after the close of pool, no? His Excellency the Vice President, Alleges Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, per our internal coalition, no, issue read, say you decline, no. He came out openly and considered defeat ahead of time. Now electoral commissioner or what the mandate to even organize and run elections in this country, no. That on quality the national elections, I think say that one the region crown young quality. But the Vice President was so resolute and determined to protect the unity and the peace of this country. Or be consider defeat. The fastest, the sharpest, and you can say the first time in the history of an African election. We share the stake and also election. We say no, be stakes not high because a former president coming back for another term, a certain vice president seeking to continue the reign of governance. International stakes ni were high. Oh my, says I never was saying in our Koswa. Now I was saying, it's in boy and democracy in home buying. You can see a man here democracy. Oh my, mark my words.
Instead of democracy, I had democracy.
I had democracy. Dr. Bobia demonstrated ample democratic principles and ideals. And he who saying, "Yenu anoma omonya to me no," will respond in equal measure. Say, "Ampa, nothing should say will be personal regular election. They will lose here and adjust to the fastest. Even electoral commissioner, strong room and most attention, crab ho, and I NDC'S results went to, and I used to confirm it. I give them your way. Okay, yammin tea, yammin biscuits. Okay, that principle. They gave me tea but no biscuits. And it's an didn't buy because of internal dispute or National Coalition Center. But wait, because of the concession, Dr. Baumia, it needed to back on tea and also no biscuit cry because the National Coalition Center was not so important because at the end of the day, no, what the NDC'S desired, no, they have gotten it.
Yeah.
And into why the rampage, why the banning of schools, why the concealing of evidence. Why attack on the asset of the state? Constitution my to me say ye more manager party home by. O my memfo abone fo sem so. Say ebi obi wo ya manyokoyim the exiting government nim na so ye bone a we are enjoined by law. Say e was ye nyina na ye sore so man ba na ye bo ade no by. Na mom ye nye to me ni enim say ye bo manager party home by no. Ye nko say o manager party. E say ya na ye democracy no na e call democracy. Oh my, yabe laughing stock. The gains that we had as far as the peaceful nature of our elections are concerned, no, the aftermath of the elections, you do the shine for these elections. You should name a coso. Who hold more attacks, we are mobilizing or more. Who hold more now we more mobilize or more. Ye ko sizi way, ye ko Ghana gas, ye ko ha, ye ko public toilet, ye ko sizi metro mass transit, ye like. And the recent one cry PMMC bullion
so what to say bibi kosua and just don't be judgmental today because I said now no dano they are saying the CNT and they come not to be until we agree on that level it will be difficult because maza yeah can say and be fresh page, you know. I can tell you that which you also will admit that within the 8 years of this administration nyoma bia akochiw ye can moya so brachi no it affected binim and it has affected some within this country and some party people forever. It is no beyond the team control the bitterness level and the revenge level. So I am even proposing a reconciliation for this country because where we are now, if there's a cat, obi a cat in here deep, obi a dey go deep. Say abano sisa, the same thing, but intelligent will move. Meters here, move. No abusa say, "Ebrebi ba na Miami Chrome this year, abronye, ewura baby ya so no basa no." Ye wo mo party chairman then kurana okay. But we are not in for equalization again. We cannot suffer because of party interest. So we should open a fresh page, but we should not be quick to condemn what is happening because now know that they see here in a kind of one fee, and one let
me tell you my personal experience. 2016, you lose election. You know what this would do to me? It was so embarrassing. I mean, a deputy minister who had just exited from defense. Me fear me far. Airport, me do defense and you move traffic on my and they brought me out of my Land Cruiser.
They brought you out.
I am telling you. They brought me out of my Land Cruiser. Say, I bind the one with G. Look, it took the intervention of the MTT you follow, but I thank God that day. Send a mini bibia another bar. But you know the interesting thing. Me free constituency bar. Accra. The first person I met, guy now who lead and obejina me with traffic light. On a me first international conference center anymore. Me no me share na
say
we sorry.
But me
I didn't even talk to him. And you know, my yen can't the year can
exactly.
Because a lot went on. And let me also caution, say, let us not exaggerate some of the things that are going on.
Okay. Okay.
I am not saying say Bibia M Kosu. It has taken. It had to take the president-elect to also come out. The party has come out said Amampo Yaka. We didn't hear that 2016. I came to Parliament. I reported. I didn't hear anything.
Very shameful.
Anything, no?
Very shameful.
My look. Nobody is talking about equalization, but we shouldn't pretend. We shouldn't be saints now.
Okay.
We shouldn't. It's the same, respectfully, senior.
Yeah.
Honorable. You see, you announced the new defense minister. Yeah. Because why a deputy minister of defense? Baby, our minor air corner. Say, we and Enra, and into way and now, we shouldn't talk. The reason why Ghanaians voted against the New Patriotic Party as a result of some excesses are, the gang of 90, about Califoriata Yenti, and it's any money. Yes, internally we are looking at why the introspection, why we lost power as a party, and granted, saying Yamia do not 2020 Ghana for my Aquenya Biwa wouldn't repeat those mistakes again. We learn quite a for a change.
2020,
no, Ghana for be decided.
Ghana for be
decided. Who vote your colour? Who vote your colour? Maybe vote your colour. What does it? Who vote?
Who can say President Kufuor? Me handy over my will be a
why the innovative transition team? I never go for so,
oh my goodness.
Oh my, they say obliterate defense minister because of experience in that regard. The reason why I Ghana former President Mahama second term, say Mokache Ghana for so experience and obetimi running this country, from the scratch, from the word go. And that experience, should have been brought to bear. Say, and near maybe a uncle here, and the unity of our country today. Say, we see out, say, okay, bitter lessons. You know, Bejo car, he was standing. That time now, where's the power as deputy minister? Now we have 7 deputy minister because you are in the transition. In Obia Bejina say, car near government car or Bejina Sani money. It is not in good taste. We shouldn't be repeating these things. Oblite. A bit timid or how about my will say. Granted, say now with you and I will be home now. Say self defense because once you are being attacked, you can also respond in equal measure. The law allows you. But you are responding now. Corresponding occasion data. And your medal. What you say? And your medal as although say you better charge you there, but to punishment, Think previously, and then get death, it can be a life sentence. Life imprisonment, of which our presidential partner in the future. You better say you will pay any sign man. But any partner no idea anyway. So what I say. It's a bit to me how Abba. And we shouldn't lose any single life at the expense of politics because we are spies say politics na yeah. Yeah, they be some of mine, yeah, they be your mine. It's afi perpetuate your mind edu saying. Oh my, there's a trend. Bia, election we say but I say there are some disputed seats we no more. Electoral Commission ain't even collating results in declare parliamentary seats. As of today. We are in court. Yeah, prayer how to court on 6 constituencies in Ghana, in Greater Accra and other areas. There are others who are disputed. Mobilizing tax to take over coalition centers, and ensuring say certain declarations are made in favor of certain candidates. Ochinabi, Aben say na ho. Say yanhwe ye a, ebetimi de oman no akọ ahohiahia mu. You see, prior to elections, my military income, and the president responded because of the incident that happened in Techiman in 2020. Lives were lost. And when the military, echo, they were standby. Say in case of any emergency, now yetia momabe. O my yeden, and attacks, and mobilize. I am a witness to some of these things because observer mission in some constituencies and the party, a deployment for the national to go and observe the elections in some areas. Now, my name will be one more ahomity. Oh my, and name will be one ahomity. It's end. Why you? In clear disregard to the Anti-Vigilantism Act, It's what's na obi ya a dent to so and a debe bro mine. It is also a bebro mine. Elite. A majority in parliament, absolute majority in parliament. It is how they will say, you know, name a team who has a year cut a sabia to Honomono. Sabi. I say if you be no mensa wo mu.
Say we dey be atiwa omo kire mu bibi kakra.
Oman obekire bibi kakra. Ochina obi so be kai obi kakra. Ebe boa ye man no.
There be.
Obekire me ene. Ochina me so me kai o. Ebe boa o man na na. Na me kai o. Na wo so ante wo ho ase. Na wo so kire me a.
Me I cycle now.
Enye o man no na ye say no. E dey na besie. Democracy ani mu gu aso Ghana. O man ye ma rule of law enye adwuma. Ye dey congratulate NDC for so ma bo mo modern. Ye nim. Say wo share the voting pattern na. O man the gains are NDC nya ye no. They were able to maintain the vote a in 2020. They over 6 million votes no. Are they a little over 100,000 and a count. Yeah,
that's a disputed argument.
No, maybe.
There are various schools of thought to
no, yeah, when you analyze, depending on where you want to place your argument, you know. Yes, me to me kasa o ma me to abani NDC for nko a. And I mean to me kasa vote NDC John Mahama, Yera Mahama nya ye no. NDC for nko a na koto ye. Because you can witness some skirt and blouse voting in some constituencies. Obi all man to skirt and blouse. Obeto skirt and top. Mo friend say top and down. A member top because friend say you know. There be a back way friend say
jumper.
Jumper. They friend say honorable dey be. What I say? Kaftan. Obi to kaftan. So or two white. Say the both no so two white. Few people and a two skirt no two blouse. But we all know determine say ebia dey tell me to parliamentary candidate kra no. E dey am the best our presidential candidate because o presidential candidate dey be o2 ne parliamentary candidate for anke bia braba o boy na say eya wa na say the issues around him no hwe honorable obility so increasing the vote e wo lower menya krobo me ne nya na betena ha e na me ka se e beji seat no na me parliamentary candidate performance I'm here and I concede so abon ho modern e wo ho because of ebia how asetena one ne manfo atena e wo constituency ne muti no an MP going for honorable say third term fourth term
ayi onya nagote nyakote onyayo that's closer to yilo obi o fourth term and can marginally and can be drop him because drop
o just can marginally you win the seat all right because you are a sitting MP but marginally you drop in vote because of ills being feelings be amount for but if you can increase your vote for the fourth term 16 years running it means that you have some qualities be exceptional qualities that the people admire with you in your leadership or no can hold and in as much as it means can serve votes ni nyina no but ababe statistical basis there you between the general so say we have vote former president Mahama enya in 2020 he grew a little over say about 100,000 be can vote but what happened to the New Patriotic Party the enya we dropped almost about 2.1 million from the vote in 2020 no showing very well say a stock of people our people did not turn out to come and vote you between the general so can say but uko deeper and yet factually accurate because of how the pattern of voting as far as the parliamentary election it will be clearly injurious to say vote a call Yera Mahama holding in NDC for 2020 quite a vote but based on statistics see shown on the face value the literal interpretation of the 2020 and 2024 votes in the Yebeka say your members no almost about 2.1 million people I'm a twaba my can't be actually. It tells a story about political leadership and how your own people that believe in your principles and your ideologies, will decide say at this time, I see some a meeting of a sort. And now I'm the vice president, Dr. Badwam Mpensenpensenmu, and unfortunately, me call her. I can't run the gate and me my mechi about also or di my mechi me ensa. Your friend say we free and opana. Oh my, it like me whole morning was so moody. But what inspired me was that the vice president was full of hope. Oshe Papana, how the confidence level, Oshe no, he looks not perturbed, like I said, and he has more energy and he has more hope. There's more life in him. BGDA said Ghanaians will get the best out of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the future because of how our demonstration was changing the face of the Ghanaian political landscape. Okay, so in terms of issue-based political campaigning, I can't. You
give him a platform.
In terms of humility, and then even exiting power, still you could see that kind of life in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's just a political class, like I am emulating Honorable Telabi Ewaha based on the standing Ewa Lua Menya Krobo. For the fourth term, our appreciating the vote, now the people wouldn't lose faith in political leadership in this country. And a dictative pace dodoɔ no nyinaa no abamu ebu ɛwɔ amanyɔsɛm ɛne multi-party democracy ɛho because ɛnɛ minimum bi ɔtoma a ɔyɛ middle class person the person is a lawyer ɔtonaba ɛma yɛwura John Dramani Mahama but when those attacks seizure ne saa nneɛma ne kɔ no asɛ ɔka fi no ba yɛn sɛ ɔma mɛ num ho sɛ me to abakɔ this direction.
This one too shall pass.
You see?
We'll work on that.
You see? It should be a caution to all of us. Obi edi ya obi ato abedi. Ofi odigidie bi ahye wo mu. And sovereignty lies in the people. Na se nipa dodo ni nyina kasa say in this magnitude that it shows that the burden on you, the charge on you, asudi e da wo so ne so. Because of aresemu e di amount. Ya amount hang parliament like the Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo got in 2020, 137 plus an independent candidate. Dictated by the Ghanaian people. Yama overwhelming majority, over 170 parliamentary seats. If you disputed, it means 180. Said or more can. Over 170 parliamentary seats. And be careful here, because we will file petitions when the final results are gazetted. And Ghana for who no create whom say some of the seats, you better say stolen verdict, will be real stolen verdict on the side of the NDC.
Okay, so there's
a
lot, but there's a lot ahead of you. Meaning there's artist seminar be OTT be a sentiment in your preparation for the region, a total overhaul. Martin names like Boris B. Anna, a Joshua MP, the former deputy roots minister.
Also do me.
Say more person almost stand there as Ashanti region chairman. It's Boris B. Lawyer or lawyer na.
Boris B.
Papa no engineer.
Also do engineer.
Mate, Ashanti region. This was. Mate say more shall say. If much as a campaign, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Mate say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Pesoba, Mate say Brian Echampo Pesoba. Have you heard that? Mate say my national chairman, no, Irabuache Jako, and then our former roots minister of Amakwata. What it is as in is it not too early for the party to be
speculative? And it's all part of the reorganization exercise of the new patriotic party. Sebi. You see, in advanced democracies, no, say election, a defeat of this magnitude, but sometimes, people even voluntarily tender in their resignation because of say they feel say they have let the organization down. In as much as organization, we should not be clouded with power. Say to me, me this person, me that person. The masses, like Oglite rightly mentioned. We should think about the Ghanaian people. Reforms when the political party, political party be attractive to the Ghanaian people. Emma over 2.1 million. Over electoral roll no crash so I say even crown MPP nyane 6 million, NDC nyane 6 million now. Almost about 18 million there were electoral roll so no. E be more to e be more free money. But at least yentimi can say 6 million and I say 5 million e wo so ni nyina no. Homo nyina no. Omo ni nya amanyosem ho ntwa meto aba.
Okay.
But what you say? Eruti e kwa fa so e be ma party na ya akono no. De me ka kire MPP amanyoku ne mba. E nyina ne say party no was structures. Ye be start rebuilding no. Party de abadwako besi ho no mo a ye behwe ne ma ekoye a e ma introdie kese we sei e baaye ebinum obi e ka ne de but nenso so no akwa ye say here say but abadwako ba ne ye de nyina to nsane ani ne ewe ne obi e ka ne nyina abomu a ebetimi aboa ne asigina ye se de NDC for eye Professor Kwesi Botwe committee a no kra pm a ape na report o ma okay no mo pese e ba won cham ye hu nsam ewom any sign in my name and your oblitemo ha no more that report to say that kusia so omo to say that kusia so
okay so what's happening in parliament
we cannot sit and discuss this without talking about the complete the role the EC played in all this that went on.
Papa and Papa.
And Papa. And I'm demonstrating the highest level of incompetence.
I didn't hear.
Because some of the coalition centers, POs now more honorable. They were compromised.
Preside officers?
Yes. Because in fact, me name say we be can say akamidi enye me ho but ube who say disputed areas no ube hu na MPP the same pink sheet the duplicate who say dey e triplicate see na carbon enti no ye tro 2 or so. 2 no beko. Yes, Sania eko. But can you imagine say? At the end of the delay no. Say Pio no ba. Na the sheet na your original. Say you trust no be na the sheet na different. MPP could different. NDC'S could different.
How is that possible?
I know.
How is that possible?
And we are not talking about that.
But you cannot.
We are not talking about that.
Okay, yes, on the side it happens with these presiding officers.
Yes.
How we choose them is another problem.
And because some of them are compromised. You can you imagine say, Ube say, what friend is saying, Fantiakwa, North. Presiding member. And because the EC has been very, very grossly incompetent. Presiding member, a quality, I declare results, under no duress, nothing. Now, the following day or 2, without telling the party anything, the papers not back, police training, whatever, without.
They did it without the party.
Without our party. I'm telling you.
But how is that possible?
It has happened. And America said,
it's not possible.
Let me see. And America said, we cannot take the Mensa out of this situation we find ourselves in. They have demonstrated, gross incompetence. Seriously. The Obayeno, I don't know how much money that the people floated around. I influence you, mama. Some of them, I show set bias and incompetence to that level. I mean, maybe for something a pretense because they just wanted to cheat, help people in cheating. But I say, Obuna, Omanya, new sito, now one with the pen. Okay, I got you no the aba. If you want me delay at the end of the day, pay, nobody, atum no the aba for. It happened. You see, look, let me tell my brother. Oh, say, politics now here, a lot of the time, no, we are brothers. 2020, we learned a lot of lessons. The only year, you lose seats, the same people, look, on a very good day, you let out everything. Yet one way, look, some of their MPs who through those means no win here now. I mean, in normal discussion, and me and me much your phone by and me say. So we didn't sit down. In the end, I am telling you, say, Ashanti region, 10 and don't can say, Eswatini. That is the true reflection of what electoral outcomes are supposed to be in Ashanti region.
It's too early to jump into that conclusion.
Oh man, don't even say Miami politics was Ashanti region.
Papa.
I'm telling you.
Papa.
Meaning Papa. Meaning Pom.
Oklite.
Yes. Meaning Papa. I know what goes on in Ashanti region. All of them fed into our vigilance. It was because we were vigilant. But even this Bono, there are certain areas we are going to do better. It is a Obika Church say, 85% in we are projecting unless we go to sleep. And we are not going to sleep. We make sure say the will of the people no any subverted baby. Now, if we approach elections this way, Emma Yisi decides, say, obeto a certain line. Now we're creating confusion to say, all that is happening. You can combo on tissue. And baby, and the woman should be on her way now.
Do you
subscribe? She should be on her way.
Do you subscribe to say uncle?
What else? I mean, meaning one can buy some reason.
For what reason?
Can you imagine, say, as at 9 o'clock, Yisi, with all that they have, Dr. Baumiani, he had no choice.
But Yisi cannot do anything without more without more parties.
Me say. To start with, Mr. Baumia had no choice.
No,
oh, please, thank God.
Oh, yeah,
no, we thank God.
At least
No, What I'm saying is that he had no choice.
Calm down. See, thank God for that early concession.
The American say, maybe I'll thank God that he saw the results early. I thank God say he saw the results and he did the needful, and he had no choice because if you look at the number, and now say who 30%, near 28, 29 police station now 30%, no be now 58. This is we
Am I in it?
Me Gaza.
I was your minister to me and can
minister. Oh, what would say? 30%. Anybody now 57. Oh, you're Captain Planet. You cannot. So you have to give me.
You're on the winning side.
Why? We're giving. Oh no, seriously. We're giving.
Young crossover, bro. Young crossover.
Forget that. Oh man, you better kind of security task force.
Where finish any Azuma Nelson? Okay, it's still Reggie. And now 50%. When now whatever. What then away?
Well, yasabe da mu ina ma se mikro me hema adu twumu amosa. Mikro mu hene e wokumawu miame nua me di na chi nan. Doctor Berema Safo Twinebo akodua kumawu man hene. Doc mete so am sorry. Ya da se for ye insachrai so nko a ode be kumawu. And then mikro kwa ben for so mechiamo. I see. It's really good. Me, ufri me crew now come a former Rose minister. But chamu na
we were classmates.
Oh, Kwaben. Okay. My by more sure say Kwaben illegality in terms of mines then koso. If
community, look, there are some communities now with Jema Force.
Yeah. If I Jema, bro Jema.
Yes, we might back out. Say nobody should come there. And you know, we had communities.
The community didn't respond to Sadia. There's a banner cordia. Or call it all the.
Yes, that's right.
I see. Yeah. But what's happening in Parliament?
Well, I don't know what is happening to Finance Minister. We are expecting him to come.
Oh, yeah,
Meaning, and Bill Bia, the committee. Yes, the environmental protection bill, very important bill. I can't the last third reading, the last step we were passing. And if you're any minister, names are some
I don't know shock more than I said.
I will be a no mashada.
Hey, Omaj Mashada. That's a national exercise.
Oh, Omashada.
Omashada, it affects us as a country, not you as a party. Us as a country.
Yes, because you see, say one man may read one budget number. We cannot pay workers.
Wow.
January, February, March.
Hey.
But I hope sir, he will listen to reason because he's a gentleman.
But what's happening? More inquire now. What's happening?
Well, but twice. We were expecting him yesterday. He didn't come. 3 days ago. And then there's
Parliament any to me be on team this subpoena to say a court a shell said brother
Debbie. President said he's coming to do it on behalf of the president. If the president doesn't see the necessity in pushing him to come, and by the 6th of January, you take over. Yabema Obiaye. You know, say Omanya.
But the inconvenience.
Well, the people of Ghana.
But why at this point in time, crucial for it, a crossover on our mobiles added?
That question, this is
maybe I want to maybe I say no be anti major my name.
Obi betu ya baby. I said
because we have experienced
in a way. But abro. But as abro no ya ponchi die ni bi. Oye ne to. You are gonna for abro. Na abro de oye ne ho. Because they must I don't know why. Because the issue about where first no almost baby on betra. You see bet mun ko tena baby na mun fanye almost baby. Say ya gi atum mun ko tena baby am betra. Ya bia mun le.
Oh yeah lawmaker. I don't know how say almost the issue about baby a betra. O hene den papa ti ase. Na we dey cause baby on betra bia. And say more majority mun ko tena baby a
but the American say uba parliament ye the city arrangement ni mram. Any Merabukra, a certain convention arrangement. Yeah.
So that convention, no, and the more absolute majority, Monko the known area conventionally on Adom Kumanit now. Monko now.
Oh, wait, let's say be call. You better farm be back home, grandma.
It's almost a minority in parliament.
When the convention is broken on mine, it will be a Twitter with PBR. You know, Okuje Etiha. Now, a friend is a Minia Vicente as if Watiha. Now it will be a touch of a say, sorry, I says I never convention is broken. And inside the percent, the convention break and Okabi Abiano. What's another target?
Lawyer, convention. As I say,
accepted law.
But him say,
by any written law.
But
when you have problems, you can legislate through your standing orders.
Okay. Yeah, but him say, with the new standing orders, me say, I became the chairman of the environment committee. Now bills now here from a government business, but me here from your side. Me leading from your side, and you know where you sit in the end, it doesn't really change anything.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't change anything. But me, that is made. And then, yeah, the dust not settled. Yes, move from business.
So, what are some of the committees that minority chairs?
I think budget, assurance, environment,
Public accounts.
Public accounts. I think.
Okay. Moving forward, what do we expect? Oh, this administration at Ebe?
Well, the Kebibia say, Adebakwa, a bit you are Ghana. Yati wants to say, be in Kramayo. Transparent.
One
everything.
Key criteria.
Yes, very, very important. Because you see, the men want to say Ghana, Ukwa sorry them. Now, also for a preachy, a very consistent, also for preaching. Anytime, yeah, because I'm on from Facebook, the people will sacrifice. And you know, we need consistency. People must be trustworthy. They must be truthful. Say ne, say the bibi ne enye year. Yema Ghana fonti say we ne enye year. We ye betimi aya, yan ka say betimi aya. We ye ntimi nya. Now every time no, you need to correct. And I believe that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with the experience he has gotten, so no one no Ghana phone and be because the morning back one Ghana for 1.10 no you say o can correct. They were rather using it against him because at the time na ni ono one crofo eyem fum so na o chisi wo no e di wo mo o set up committees o investigate wo mo e di e bi court ni ade no na manfo ese onu mo no ye boni because normally pay e wo na see because o jira his way I mean or fight corruption and I say onu mo no e corrupt. I believe so obeto aso sa na amanfo who the difference no because onu e ba I mean the deputy minister will say or say oh onu dey onya $1 million per obey we opamon me boa and it you know baby ogina na no Ghana for say omo pay and it you know on fasa no credit no ne ahobrase ne our friend say koye or you very consultative so or say obey open dialogue be about normal
economic dialogue.
Yes, that's right. Now you baby where we went wrong. Now you agree. Now you're moving forward. Me did say yes sir ebe boy Ghana.
Okay. What kind of ministers now expect to say will engage you for this crucial moment?
Oh, I think that
caliber
the qualities that my can't see no. Me sure says a leader now or you're honest now or you're truthful, trustworthy ni idea. Ono so be pe nipa o motisa the wa ye adwuma. But say na nipa dey won nipa team. But obe exactly that zonu ye bia. So they say obia nso be so so ba ko ye bibia outside the Mampengina kasa no.
The mad rush for appointment, the lobbying skills at its peak, are normal.
Well, I have not seen that yet. Who be here? But you know, you see, the media know who acquire so the exact information fee amount for the way you know influence media gymnastics. Mo kaka say na be obeka say me lobby here, my lobby we no. You want to exact, you know.
For instance, the papers are covering that.
Yeah, but I mean,
for energy, for instance.
Yeah, in the absence of the right information, everybody will speculate.
Okay.
Even what church will be the Abani Ade.
Okay.
But I think that we should allow the president to, decide.
Okay.
Because unknown editor in Amano. And I think that nobody is new to His Excellency.
Okay.
Okay.
For your expectation of this administration?
Yeah, yeah, India. Ghana for the air news say, yeah, Papa John Dramani Mahama, the social contract on the Ghana for a signing. The first 120 days in office, no, or the Niama Akono issue. Say, obe scrappy betting tax, obe scrappy e-levy, obe scrappy emission tax, a levy. Now what's scrappy one additional levy? It's about 4 or 5 taxes. And also be a free honor. Ghana for she say obe a tuono a free honor. We are expecting him within the first 120 days. Say obey. Your percentage yes when in near starting here kaino because we are going to follow through because Ghana politics not be issue based. We cocoa price are or because you see a ton about 6,000, 7,000 Ghana cedi per bag because of the price of cocoa on the world market now. Yeah, we are for see I'm a semi cocoa for a war or boasia son corre. Omondo dohon ucha jimina yo cocoa for me so omondo dohon because your price no a cost 3,000 and if say year ma if you be the more cocoa price no e be cost 7,000 a man per bag and you know e so omondo dohon na etimi so
but be realistic be realistic.
Oh that's the real
be realistic.
And you know cast asemi choma tena ban mu da o and you know cast asemi chire so ma che agree committee be agree ministers na ade da o munim ni o mo ka what you say and you know if say bobo chichi free as be catch say den chemewu a o ma ye gina chini ye nyina chini and it minim so betimi aye say cocoa you betimi ato one bag na 7,000 no e bebem it be the machine say am ye me cocoa home maintenance na no hu me nyina na me mafo mu aja me do ho na omo twetwem se de be betimi aso yi na menya ebo no
sarcastic
and sarcastic
when the fundamentals
and sarcastic cocoa beans there ye turn ya koton and honorable no the fundamentals honorable mo fa fundamentals say ma cocoa price ho by Ghana for ye fundamentals say mo you see and ade ba ko say catch there ye debio no cocoa price ye fundamentals
be o mama home kakra
animu bi ama o ono experience 120 days na ye take no you see ye koye no boss there be si on mo o ye ani atake na magana fo hu o ye ani atake magana fo so waye say the be ya home o home say transition time o home say transition team on ka ho
meba a review on your performance mra mo transfer
there be we dey nya wo kire say o ho who am asibedwe no be defense minister and you know review no dey o ho be nyina obehu na ade ba kwa ye ka che mra asibedwe for majority for no you see election wey Yera Mahama ka say me on article 71 say S gracia oba obetwam Ghana for tiri mu ye pa because of the inequality ona me patcho eba me patcho eba o mama no see there be me patcho
accept to work in his government
o patcho eba nya botre
is it a part of the 120-day promise or what?
There be you see the inequality in the system as far as article 71 ye concern
if you accept to work in his government
say ontimi kwa ye adwuma 4 years na ye ntam be a 1 million e ma was S gracia article 71 ni 1.2 million ni ade ye majority caucus honorable Afenyo Markins da no ye ka kire no omo consult Ghana for no omo constituents and say na so be kwako pass article 71 no ma pass Ghana for to abeti aye overwhelmingly and na me niam be lack of consultation e wo niam bi ho enu nti parliament wo mre omo start consultation for omo constituencies say omo koje article 71 it's article 71 Ghana for place omo koje a omo ko approve say Ghana for place omo koje a omo tie Ghana for because Ghana for etie eniema Ghana for tie kese article 71 ka ho bi tie betwam all right and oman ye ka kire omo ko tena mra se bedwam ho na omo koje article 71 ni tumu a ye ne omo e beti ayam oman omo ton nsuo no ma ye be yi omo sa adwene ye ka kire omo so omo ton nsuo article 71 nsuo omo to ma ye majority for ye be yi omo sa adwene ye ka kire omo e don ti omo ntie ye anopa omo ko tena se 71 ba omo fa nto nchen and never one pass a friend say University of Energy and Allied Bunsu de Edempo agriculture and allied engineering no Bunsu ni yes one pass sabi or no University of Local Government Akumadan one pass sabi or na University ni Ghana for nya so faso ade bi ade faso bre Ghana for no monkoye 71 no dey almost started boss stakeholder consultation no omonye
obi a ejuma be betua nika
ejuma be no omaye e ma se be ni be no so onya ketua boso debio when no so onya ketua boso me MPP no so onya ketua boso me omaye
ogide kai zo nya butre
omaye MPP no so onya ketua boso me
ogide kai zo nya butre
mami kan se bi nchira
yeah mo kan kire yen by the catch so my consultation e article 71
okay so on that note
there's nothing like
I don't want
to meba as gracia be near constitution they want to say as we speak today the salary levels of the 8th parliament has not been determined yet.
That retrospectivity the NTS you make consultation say the emoji na mo denti na mo tina say emoji ya man kasa from the start of your work and see here the catch your MPs ni say okay 137 no there independent can 138 mo make consultation article 71
Bank of Ghana Bank of Ghana ko Gihok ko parastatals no
me do my the complaint ya me adu be chira
na ko hwe wo musala ya wo muji
e do bi biase for the time